Hey now, how is everybody doing? Welcome to Red Alert Diaries with Tanya E. Hood. On this podcast, we have conversations that's real talk, marriage, divorce, money, and legacy. And I want you to join me on the journey. I share insight from the various hats that I've worn in my life that have helped me develop a full range of strategies and actionable steps that I've used to help my clients make a strategic impact, both personally and professionally, to have better than what life has been giving them. I want this podcast to challenge your thoughts and inspire you to grow. So together, we can operate in excellence. There are moments that life will throw you a loop. You'll feel disappointed in what took place because there was a time in your life where you had big dreams, big goals, big things that you wanted to do. And then life turned around and sort of threw you a swift kick. If you found yourself in those moments, I want you to know that you're not at the end of your journey. There is always a way out of the chaos and the drama that we feel that we're in. I'm reminded of a story about a young man that had big dreams. Oh, in his mind, he was going to rule the world. He shared some of that insight with his family, friends, and loved ones, and they sort of tossed it aside. Kind of like what happens to a lot of us when we share the things in our lives that we think would be great, but nobody else sees your vision. Nobody else can understand your dreams. They don't need to. It wasn't for them. If he had ever taken the time to think, nobody understands what's going on or what I'm trying to share, it wasn't their vision. It was his. You see, you may also have a vision of what you want to do in life, what you think would be great and spectacular for you in your life, and nobody around you feels the same way. Don't let that dream get discarded. Don't let that thought that someone else has, because they are stuck with limitations, cause you not to dream big, do big, and function big. Do it anyway. Do it even though it may cost you a little. Because with this young man, it cost him a little. Because he decided to try to share and express more about his dream, it got him discarded by his family, put him in a position later on where he was just struggling to try to figure out how to make things work. And then it got worse from there. He found himself when he finally got a job. At that job, the person saw that he seemed like he thought he was a little bit better than everybody else. Have you ever been in that situation where somebody tells you, oh, you think you better than everybody else? No, it's not that's what you think, but you know in your heart there's a vision that you're fueling your soul. You know within your heart there's something that you can determine. I am not exactly where I'm going to be. I will work this job that I know does not fit any of my dreams, this job that I know does not support what I truly desire, but the job is getting me what I need immediately. Sometimes you got to work on your immediate needs to get those fulfilled while you're working towards your big dreams. So while he was working on getting his immediate needs fulfilled and doing the job that he was supposed to do at that time, even though that job was not his big vision job, his big dream space, what he just knew one day would be his destiny. If you're there where he was, still dream big. And when others tell you that they think that you think you're better than everybody else, don't try to go outside yourself to do anything different. Be your natural, humble self. Because some people just can't handle the light that's shining on you. Don't dim it down or dumb yourself down. Because I shared in a past podcast, let your brilliance be seen. Let your brilliance be known. Because when he was just letting his brilliance be known, that is how he ended up getting elevated in his job. It was a menial job initially, but he ended up getting promoted in that position because he let his brilliance be seen. He let his light shine on. And because he got elevated for just doing what he was supposed to do, doing what is equipped and designed in his soul, other people felt some type of way about it. Now, with them feeling some type of way about it, he got himself a little hemmed up because there will be somebody in your world that thinks that they can control your destiny. And if they feel like they have some sort of control over your destiny, then in their mind, they have some type of control over how you will function. So unfortunately, this young man ended up getting himself put in jail for a crime he never committed. And in that space, it wasn't where he wanted to be. So far away from the dreams that was in his soul, you would think it would cause him to feel downcast, but he didn't. You want to know why he didn't? He didn't feel broken, even though he looked broke, because he knew there was one something that he always had all his life. Every fiber of his being, every day of his existence, he always believed that God gave him that vision, that God gave him that dream. And because God gave it to him, God would help him through it. So he never felt like he was by himself. In the middle of the moments when he felt like he was in a pit, God kept him. In the middle of his moments where the curves of life were throwing him some hard balls that was knocking him down, he knew he wasn't alone. I want you to know that you're not alone either. I often say that you don't have to believe in the God I serve, but I want you to know that if you decide to let Jesus be a God in your world, when life throws you curveballs or if someone throws you into the pit that keeps you hostage in your moments, Jesus will be your breakthrough. Jesus will get you through the journey. I shared with a lot of you that there was a moment in my life where I was going to be homeless. That moment of desperation, and I never thought I would ever be there. Nothing that my dreams and my goals said that I would end up there, but it was my trust that even in the midst of my mess, God was going to keep me. And because I let Jesus lead me through the process, walk with me hand in hand in the middle of the storm, I got a breakthrough. And this young man got a breakthrough too. Because after all of the stuff that he walked through, he finally got elevated to that dream that he had years and years ago. Now, it may have taken him an extremely long time to get there, a decade or more. But in that time, the things in life that was thrown at him, those things strengthened him. They strengthened his resolve that his dreams were still bigger. They strengthened his thought process that even though your situation doesn't look like where you want to be, you can still have better. When you are walking through some of the hell that you are going through right now, trust that there's something in it that will strengthen you through the process so that when you finally reach the other side, there's wisdom in your soul that will sustain you through the process. There's insight and strategies that you can share with others, like I share with you. Because a lot of the stuff that I walk through and I give insight on is stuff that I've lived, stuff that I've done, stuff that I know works because I used it. So when I tell you that when I was going through that space of getting evicted from my apartment because I had $35,000 worth of debt that was left to me in the aftermath of my divorce, it was because of the strategies that I learned to clear that up, that I was able to use that insight to change my financial position. It was in those moments of gaining more clarity about who I am at the core of my being. So when life decided to throw me those curveballs and try to make me think that I was less than, I knew that now I had more knowledge and more insight that whatever may come to me in the future, I've got the information that I need to keep me whole, to keep me self, and to give me an opportunity to get to the other side of this journey. So I want to encourage you today to recognize that what you're going through may be there to strengthen you. Those curves of life that keeps throwing its way at you, you learn how to maneuver and be a little more flexible in the bend. And as you go through that, you've learned some strategies that you can start applying that will get you through the process. And one of the things that I started doing with those strategies was capturing it in a way that I could share with others. A lot of you have heard me talk about how I effectively help people get out of the chaos that they find themselves in by learning how to find their core strengths so that they can eliminate conflict quickly. That insight I packaged and put inside of a course. That course is what I use to help people get 3 separate focus areas to change their mindset about where they are, gain knowledge that the conflict sequence that they walk through can give them the opportunity to eliminate the conflict that they find themselves in quickly. When you walk through stuff like this, the things that this young man walked through, where you have big dreams, big goals, and life throws you those curveballs, puts you in a pit that makes you feel discarded. I want you to know that there's lessons in there that you can package. And when you package it in a course to help somebody else learn how to get through their journey so that they can go from the pit to the palace, you can then help yourself get into a better position as well and recognize that the hell you went through wasn't for nothing. And the thing that I love, 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 having Jesus join me on the journey. Those pieces that I thought was going to take me out, because he is the creator of the universe. He has taken those things, molded them in such a way that I can now really maximize the use of that. So when I walk across some individuals that are now my current clients, I have something that I can share with them. I got an insight of where they are because I've been there, I lived it, and I now have the strategies and the tools to get out of it. And so for today, if you don't remember anything else I've shared, here's the one thing I want you to know. There are things in your life that you're going to walk through. Dream the big dreams. Share it, but be mindful that not everybody's going to understand your dream because it's your dream. But recognize that even if it feels like the world is coming at you, chaos just won't let you go, and you find yourself in a pit one day. You will soon be in the palace, enjoying your dreams, living what you desire, and moving into a better direction. And if you want someone to join you on the journey, feel free to go to my website, tanyaehood.com. There you can click under the Work With Me tab and see the various ways that we can work with one another. I look forward to working with you. And if you're on Instagram, you can join me live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we can continue the conversation or we can start a new one. In the meantime, this is Tanya E. Hood, walking in my purpose, and I want you to do the same.